Commercial real estate developers are looking at long time horizons. They're developing buildings that are going to be only in place in a few years, if not decades, and hypothetically operational for decades to come. What that means is, as you're looking at an investment property to ultimately build something on, you want to make sure it's going to be around for the next few decades. Say you're trying to build a commercial real estate development on Miami Beach, where real estate prices are skyrocketing right now. How do you know that Miami Beach coastline will be the same in 10 years' time that it is today? So as a commercial real estate developer, you'd want to know that your facility is safe for the next X number of years. If you look at something like coastal erosion, which is easily able to be monitored via satellite imagery, you could be able to get a good sense as to what your location will look like in 5, 10, 20 years' time. We have many customers monitoring coastal erosion across the globe to understand the impact of climate change, and ultimately, from a commercial real estate developer's perspective, how it would affect their bottom line. The investment community is always looking for a competitive edge, and satellite imagery can actually offer that in spades. One of the interesting use cases we've seen is monitoring things like lumber production, or monitoring the number of livestock in North America. These types of use cases are able to give investors a competitive edge when they're looking at public markets. If you think about things like electric vehicle production, electric vehicle production is another interesting use case where people can see the week-by-week progression on Tesla factories producing Tesla vehicles. What this gives a sense of is the downstream implications for that production and how that would influence something like Tesla's stock price. Satellite imagery can be used to track a wide range of commodities. One of the most interesting applications is in something like lumber, where you would be able to track specific lumber production across various mills in North America. We saw this be particularly apparent in 2021 with the influx of lumber pricing, and we actually had a lot of customers coming onto the platform for that specific use case. Another great example is electric vehicle production. Another area being disrupted by satellite imagery is the global supply chain. What we can do with satellite imagery is monitor each individual part of the supply chain and better understand how it's functioning. As an example, in 2021, there was a significant number of ships outside Long Beach port. We had an influx of customers asking for data to count the ships to understand how many ships are there trying to get access to trucks and offload their goods. Another interesting area is on electric vehicle production. We have customers monitoring Tesla factories, looking at week-by-week output to understand how Tesla is operating in the current environment. Another example is in something like natural resources, where we look at lumber production and understanding the future value of that asset based on the current means of production. These are just a few of the examples of how customers are leveraging Earth observation data. There is an infinite number of possibilities. And ultimately, what we want to enable here at Skywatch is for you to look at the Earth a little bit differently from space.